In this video, I'm gonna be going over absolutely everything you need to record 4K POV drives. I'm also gonna have every single product linked at the top of the description, as well as a pinned comment, so you can record as quickly as possible. Everything can be purchased on Amazon for the best price. If that sounds good, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and let's get into it. Now, what we have on the table here is everything I use to record 4K POV drives and some. We have a GoPro, we have a micro SD, we have a GoPro hat clip, we have a GoPro suction mount, we have a GoPro head strap, as well as some replacement batteries, as well as a charger, and we also have a hat, so we can go ahead and get the perfect POV angle. I'm gonna explain everything and why I have it at my disposal at all times. Now, I'm gonna say this right now, there are a couple of different ways you can record 4K POV angles, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain two of those. So if one way is a little bit awkward and annoying, I got you guys covered. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the GoPro itself. This is gonna be the most important piece for recording 4K POV content. Personally, I use a GoPro Hero 10. I have a GoPro Hero 9 here for display because I use the 10 to record all my content, but the Hero 9 is also going to be a good camera. Now, the difference between the GoPro Hero 8, 9, and 10 is going to be the external mic. The external mic in the GoPro Hero 10, in my personal opinion, is a lot better. And that's why I recommend everybody to start off with the GoPro Hero 10. Now, if you're somebody that wants to have multiple POV angles, the GoPro Hero 9 is gonna be a great choice if you want to go ahead and record, let's say, outside POV, or want to incorporate a face cam POV in the car as well, but you still want to use the GoPro Hero 10, obviously voice audio, to overlap that. That's gonna be your best choice if you want to save money and have two GoPros for one setup. Now, obviously for the 360 view, the GoPro Max is gonna be a good option, as well as a lot of the 360 cameras. That is gonna be a good option to record that style of content, but for me personally, I'm not too comfortable having a 360 camera outside of my car, so I use a GoPro Hero 10 and a 9 to record my face cam. Now again, I personally like the Hero 10 a lot better because of the mic audio, and I do believe that the overall camera quality, when you set it to 4K, is gonna be a lot crisper. Now, let me go ahead and talk about my GoPro Hero 10 settings, because that's gonna be incredibly important when trying to capture 4K POV drives. Now, on the Hero 10, I have 4K enabled, I have 60 FPS enabled, I'm also running the Super View lens with the Hyper Rev boosted. Those are gonna be settings I have enabled on my GoPro Hero 10, and those are gonna be the settings I have enabled on the GoPro Hero 9 as well. Now, a lot of people like to run the wide angle on their GoPro, but for me personally, because I POV drive in Mustangs, my interior is gonna be a little bit bigger. The Super View is gonna give me a wider angle, and it's overall going to look a lot better, in my personal opinion, on camera when you have the GoPro set up eye level. That's why I recommend going ahead and running the 4K setting, 60 FPS with Super View. Now, if you have a smaller vehicle, let's say like a Miata, a BRZ, an FRS, or maybe even a Corvette, that everything is more driver oriented and is closer to you, the wide angle could work. But if you have a bigger vehicle with more things going on in your interior, and you like to go ahead and POV drive yourself going to car meets or showcasing other cars as well in your video, I'm a firm believer that the Super View angle is gonna be your best view when going ahead and making POV content. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. At the end of the day, you can't go wrong with a GoPro Hero 9, but to start off, I do recommend picking up a GoPro Hero 10. You can buy them on Amazon. I have them linked at the top of the description. I'm actually gonna link both the Hero 9 as well as the 10, so you guys can buy both or start off with the 10 and then upgrade to the 9 for that face cam quality or external view as well. Now, what you also want to do with the GoPro is you want to pick up a sand disc. This is gonna be a micro sand disc, and I do recommend going ahead and getting a 256 gigabyte. Now, the reason you want to go ahead and pick up a 256 gigabyte sand disk is because the 4K files are going to be massive. So you want to make sure you have plenty of storage so you're not recording and then all of a sudden it just goes ahead and cuts out. So definitely go ahead and get 256 at minimum to start off. You're gonna thank yourself because you're gonna be recording and then having to wipe all your footage immediately after, so you have additional storage. So get that 256 off rip. Now, something else that you want to do with the GoPros that are very, very important is I do recommend going ahead and picking up some Enduro batteries off Amazon with their charger. They're the cheapest on Amazon with the charger. If you go to Best Buy, they're gonna be significantly more expensive. Now, the reason you wanna go ahead and pick up some Enduro batteries over the blue batteries that come stock is because these blue batteries, when you're recording in the 4K 60 FPS super view or even wide, they are going to overheat incredibly fast. These Enduro batteries are gonna last longer. They're not gonna get hot as quick. So you're overall gonna have a longer lifespan with recording, and that's gonna be super important, especially if you live in a state that is hot like Texas or Arizona. So I highly recommend when you pick up your Hero 10 or your 9 off Amazon, so you don't have to be suckered into getting a lot of the unnecessary bundles. Instead of going ahead and getting the store bundles at Best Buy, just buy the camera by itself, buy the SanDisk by itself unless they come with a bundle, and then go ahead and get yourself the Enduro batteries with the charger by itself. You're gonna save yourself a ton of money and also a ton of headaches because you're gonna have a camera that's gonna last long, that has plenty of storage, and that, my friends, is a massive W. Trust me guys, the last thing what to have happen is your GoPro shutting off because it overheats or you ran out of storage space because you don't have a big enough micro SD card. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be incredibly annoying. So buy that GoPro separate, buy that SD card separate, and get those Enduro batteries separate. You're gonna save a ton of money and headaches. Now let's go ahead and talk about the POV angles and the hardware you're going to need. I'm gonna talk about the face cam first because it's gonna be self-explanatory and pretty easy. I like to use the GoPro suction cup to record my face cam. I like to go ahead and put this in the corner of the windshield, directed directly at my face, and it's gonna be recording everything I need inside the car. It's very easy to adjust. It's not gonna fall off. This brand of the suction cup, as you guys can see here, kind of has like a push, and then it's gonna have a locking lever. So this is literally never going to come off of your car, even if you slam on the brakes or if you're driving fast. Now you can use one of these GoPro like kind of locking nuts, I'm gonna call it the locking nuts, to go ahead and screw it in place. This is gonna be super easy to go ahead and use. Installation can be within minutes. Now we're gonna talk about the different POV angles. What you see on my channel is gonna be me using the GoPro hat clip. This is actually gonna be a Chinese hat clip. My GoPro hat clip actually broke, but it's gonna be called the GoPro hat clip. I have this linked in the top of the description as well as a pinned comment. You can buy this off Amazon, significantly cheaper than the GoPro brand, and I've had no issues with it. It uses the same locking nut as the standard GoPro suction mount. That is gonna be the GoPro brand suction mount. You guys can see here, GoPro brand, but they are gonna be using the same locking nuts. Super easy to use, and it's gonna give you your best POV angle, in my personal opinion, when you're trying to go ahead and have everything at eye level. That's gonna be very important, everything at eye level. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys essentially an installation on how you need to set up your GoPro with the hat clip right now. Now this is how you're gonna wanna have the GoPro set up with the hat clip. This is gonna be the preferred POV angle in my opinion. It's gonna give you that eye level POV that everybody seems to really enjoy. This can be done with a GoPro Hero 9, Hero 10, it really doesn't matter. Now this is very important. This is essentially how you're going to want to set up your GoPro hat clip when you are trying to record POV drives. Most people are gonna have their GoPro and hat clip set up in the upright position. You want to flip it so you have that eye level POV, but it's not gonna be obstructing your peripheral vision. Very important to do so, because when you have it set to the super view function, it's gonna be a wider angle, and it's gonna give the viewers the illusion that you essentially have glasses that have cameras in them, but it's really a GoPro. So I recommend going ahead and doing so. Now, what you also want to do is try out the GoPro head strap if you don't like the hat clip. This is gonna go directly on your head, but the problem with the head strap, not necessarily a problem, but the difference with the head strap is the GoPro is gonna be on the top right position as if you had the hat clip flipped. So it's really gonna be dependent on if you like wearing hats while you're driving, because you do have to have the hat attached tightly to your head, and you're gonna have to have the GoPro flipped upside down. Now, I've been doing this for over a year now. I'm completely used to it. I like this better than the head strap. But for those of you who don't wear hats, you might not like this. I recommend going ahead and trying to get used to it, best of your ability. But if you can't, the head strap is going to be a good option. It's just not going to get that eye level POV that a lot of people like, but it is going to be an alternative to record 4K POV drives. So there is a way to do so. Now, technically there is a third way by going ahead and putting the GoPro hat clip in your mouth, quite literally recording it in your mouth by just having it like this. But in my personal opinion, that is a little bit more annoying. You guys can see that I've tried it, but it just really didn't work out. Now, one last thing I'm gonna talk about with the GoPro and why I like it so much is just its ease of use and compactability, man. I mean, fold it down, you could put it in a hoodie pocket. You can quite literally go ahead and put it in your sweatpants pocket. I mean, it's so easy to go ahead and use a GoPro, pull it out when you need it and put it away when you don't. And that's exactly why I believe the GoPro Hero 10 with combination of the 9 are gonna be like the two best GoPros you can get for the best price to start up a 4K POV drive channel. And that's it. That's all the equipment I use to record 4K POV drives. All you need is a GoPro, a hat clip, and some external batteries, and you're good to start up your YouTube channel. Or if you just want to record some content for your own self and to share with your friends, you can do that quite cheap and effective. If this video does help you guys out and you end up starting up your own YouTube channel or just recording content just to record content, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, especially if you're interested in keeping up with my supercharged Shelby GT350 and 2024 Mustang GT content. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.